We found a dream car rotting away at a junkyard for over a decade that was a week away from being scrapped, so we had to try and save it, but we had no clue just about how much of a mess we were about to get ourselves into.
I don't know if we're going to be able to save this one.
I think this one needs a new engine.
But even with all the odds stacked against us, we saw this car and we had to have it. So the first thing we had to do was pump up the tires, and you'd be surprised, even after they sat for so long, they still took air, which means we could get it up on our trailer even though we didn't have the key, which was something we would probably have to address later because we couldn't turn the wheel. But after our new buddy Dieter helped us get it onto the ramps the right way, we were able to pull it up and get it back to our shop to start looking over the car and then finally detail it and see what was under all this green moss.
All right, so we finally have the Mercedes back at the shop, and we're gonna go ahead and look it over and see what we're gonna be working with. First thing I noticed though is this yellow and navy blue pinstriping.
It must have had something up top.
I mean, this is definitely not from Mercedes, I don't think.
Maybe not.
I love the color, the baby blue or the Tiffany blue or whatever color you'd consider this. The classic luggage rack. It's a cool looking car.
So this is a 81 300 turbo diesel. Had a 5-cylinder turbo diesel engine in it. So these are literal tanks. That's what I really like about these old Mercedes. It just stinks that we're in Ohio and a lot of them bite the bullet to rust.
And now that we actually have the vehicle inside, you know what else stinks, Michael? The inside of this car.
This car reeks would be the appropriate term.
I think someone was using this as a porta potty. I'm pretty sure someone was just opening the door, ripping a steady stream, and shutting it, leaving it for us to find.
Another thing I wanted to look at is actually on the front of the car, a really cool thing from like the 80s that I've seen on a lot of Mercedes, including this one. These interesting badges, and the one I know, it's a Mercedes 250 kilometer badge, which is pretty sweet in itself. And then this one I'm not so familiar with. So if you have any idea what this is, I'd love to know because I've never seen a badge like that.
All right, so we started on the car. What we like to do is pull the seats out first, and we were able to get the passenger seat unbolted. We just have to take it out. But for some reason, we couldn't move the driver's seat all the way forward. It kept getting stuck, and we can't get to the bolts in order to remove it. When we were given the car, we were told that this was the key. As you can tell, there's no key, but I think I found it. Right here, there is a little piece of metal that resembles a key. And that is what I think is stopping the seat from rolling all the way forward. So we solved two problems at the same time. That's what I call killing two stones with one bird.
Eating two birds with one scone. But now after my bad joke, we're gonna start vacuuming out the jams, and I wanna ask you guys if you could take a second and subscribe to our channel because we wanna see if we can hit 750,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So we only have a few weeks left to do it, but I know there's a lot of you watching who aren't subscribed yet, so take a second and check to see if you are. And for the question of the video, leave your answers in the comments below. Because this car is a wagon, do you guys prefer wagons or sedans? And let me know why.
So I was vacuuming out the engine bay, and then I noticed something peculiar that I've never seen in the engine bay of a car. Looks like a DC. Cars are AC?
Well, that's AC, Kurt. Cars use DC.
Yeah. What the heck is this for?
Since this is a diesel, it's definitely like a heater that goes to the engine block. This would be plugged in, and then it would pre-warm the car, actually.
What, like the plugs?
Yeah, like the glow plugs, everything, really. But I'm just wondering where this actually plugged into. If somebody took that piece off, or if there's somewhere it actually goes. I'm not sure. Huh. But yeah, this is not original stuff. This is some aftermarket heater boy. And also, I've never had a diesel, and I don't really know how those work, so I might be totally wrong exactly how that is, but that's what I'm led to believe.
So, let's wash it?
Yeah, let's start with the wheels.
Now this tire was flat, so we're gonna pump it up first and then give it a good clean, but even the moss got to the wheels, so it's super green, but when we cleaned it, it came out perfect. Now we're gonna actually pressure wash all of this grime off of the car, beginning with our degreaser pre-soak. And we've been working on our own degreaser for these cars. And if that's something you guys might be interested in, leave a comment down below. We wanna see if you guys wanna use our degreaser. And if so, then we'll actually release it and let you guys know exactly where you can get it. And while we're rinsing off the car, we're gonna make sure to get inside the gas cap too, because it's so easy to miss that spot. Now for the roof, just like I mentioned in our last video, we would normally do this first, but because we're filming, we have to do this last so you can actually see what we're doing. But what you'll notice is that a lot of the stuff doesn't come off in the first pass, which means Mike and I have to grab microfiber mitts and really scrub it off. And this took about 12 minutes of hard scrubbing in real time to get all of the grime off of it because of how long it sat on the paint. But as you'll see, it was completely worth it because we got all of it off without having to use any clay or anything like that. Now we're going to use iron remover to get any iron out of the paint to prepare for polishing later, but we're not going to touch that until after the interior is done.
So we're in the back of the Mercedes and we have a bunch of stuff that we need to take out of here and kind of assess what's still here because a lot of the carpet's missing from the front of the car. This is definitely, oh God.
One of the pieces at least.
A large piece. Large, heavy piece with bugs, with lots of bugs.
Ew.
Bugs.
Oh, that's a roach.
There's a couple of them.
Oh, that's a cockroach.
There's one there.
Oh my God.
We got a shroud for a fan for up front that does not exist. That could be driver passenger side front.
I think this is rear, maybe.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah,
But
that's
I
the
just
rear
don't
stuff.
understand what this is all about.
This padding goes under the seat.
That makes sense. That's gross.
Super nasty.
Well, there's the other side. Hey, we got all the carpet and the spare tire carpet cover.
That's weird that it's independent though. Oh.
Wow. This is super heavy, by the way. This is like way down and wet.
Yeah, because it's full of pee.
We're back. Now that we're prepared to further explore the trunk, I guess let's go ahead and get the spare tire out.
Okay, we got two nest looking stuff in here. Okay, we're safe.
The forbidden cotton candy. Wow, more cockroaches. Something about bugs crawling is just, I'd rather see dead mice, pee, mold, I don't care. Little creepy crawlers, especially cockroaches now. That's like a new ick.
Now while we're back here, what we're going to do is vacuum out the trunk and then disinfect it by using our all-purpose cleaner, a drill brush, our extractor, and clean all the carpets in the back, and you guys will see a major difference. That way we don't have to worry about it anymore while we're going through the rest of the detail in the interior. And for the rest of the extraction, we're gonna do the back of the seats and then the mats and carpet, which includes the back one that was covered in pee. And then afterwards, we did a dirty water dump. So keep watching because you don't want to miss how much disgusting water came out of the extractor.
All right, so while cleaning the vents, I noticed these two are packed full of insulation, and I'm assuming that a mouse was, making a little home back there. So I've gone ahead and I pulled all the pop clips out of the glove compartment to see if I can't get back to behind the register without having to take out the whole entire dashboard. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh my God. I didn't even see all that. Holy crap. This whole thing is a mouse nest.
Now with that figured out, we could take care of the rest of the interior, starting with this vent and then all the other pieces before moving back to the polishing on the exterior. And somehow this little stash made it behind the ashtray. Interesting. Now we can start putting the trunk back together, and if you guys can picture what it looked like in the beginning of the video compared to now, it's a world of difference. It looks so much better. And lastly, we're going to polish the paint, but I don't think words can even describe the outcome that we got on this. But I want to say, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really helps us out, and make sure you're subscribed, because we've been finding some crazy cars recently that are going to be coming to the channel very soon, and you do not want to miss them.